Good morning, students. I hope all of you are doing well. It's Thursday, April the 30th, 2020. Just one more day after today of quote unquote instruction or online instruction, if you will. And again, I hope all of you are well. A lot of different things going on, and miss seeing each of you in school every day. I know I've said that a few times, but it is the truth. And I really feel like, to a certain extent, perhaps we've been shortchanged a little bit in the instruction that you would have received. I know we've been shortchanged, or you all have been shortchanged. And I want to touch base with you on a couple of class things and then a couple of general things, especially for you seniors, to keep you abreast of with some things coming up. Now, first, as far as class goes, we're finishing up investing in retirement. That was one module that I expected you to get done, as well as debt and insurance. You're also expected to finish all the EverFis that we have in there as well. But the three modules that I asked you to do over the last few weeks have been investing in retirement, debt, and then insurance. So there's a lot of concepts in there, and I had a lot of things planned. I got a lot of things laid out, and a lot of things I started to put in Schoology that I've already really have created. But it's just been a challenge for a lot of our students to get work in. And the more work I'm giving you, even though several of you are on top of everything, to be quite honest, we haven't had to do too much. I feel good with the workload that you have. As far as if I were in your shoes, I would feel good as far as what I've asked you to do in class from a student perspective. But that's, again, I'm the teacher, so that may not be a fair way of looking at it. But with all that being said, there's so many more things that we could incorporate in to make this instruction better. And I've chosen not to, trying to help some of you all stay on top of what you need in your other classes as well. This is a unique class. I've got several of you all that are knocking things out left and right and are on top of everything. Then I've got another large group of you that are struggling to get things in. But I will say, and I've told several of you directly, how proud I am of your effort in getting your work done, and I am. And I want all of you to benefit from the instruction that you've received. Keep in mind, and I know it may not mean a lot to you now, but keep in mind that this stuff that you're actually working through, many adults actually pay money to go and sit and get the same instruction. I know that, again, that's surprising now maybe for you all, but that is the case. So those were the three modules that I wanted you to have completed over the last couple of weeks. Now, there's several other modules that are in there that were not assigned. If you choose to want to do something for extra credit, perhaps you've got a low math grade on that math basics test, or you have a low test grade in something else, I will let you do a couple of those modules. You can choose whichever ones you want to do, other than ones we've already done or were assigned to do. You can choose those, and then just let me know that you've got them done. And what I'll do is I'll count it as bonus daily points, and then I will count it also as a bonus test grade in there, and that should help you out some. And I'll give you a few bonus points there for doing those additional modules. Now, let me be clear on a couple of things of what's coming up. Tomorrow, May the 1st, is our last day of instruction. I'm not going to give you anything new to do. In fact, I'm not going to give you anything new to do now already. But we're supposed to start having grades, or get our grades finalized by next Friday, May the 8th. So if you're in a situation where you're catching up, I'll be working on grades all next week. There's a lot of you that have taken care of your business. You're on top of everything. And I'm trying to get grades in. But what happens is when I go to check off a set of grades, there's a lot of them that are missing. And then I put those grades in, and I may put in a missing score for you. And so it counts as a 0. Then you go back and do that, and then you email me, and I'll go back in and try to change that. Anytime that I go in and take the time to put those grades in, to look them up and then transfer them into the grade book, and then I have to go back, it may take me a little bit of time to get that done, because I'm juggling not only 2 classes but work-based learning, and trying to get some stuff done with work-based learning now as well. So I will get to it. If you got zeros in, email me now. I tried to be pretty quick to respond to many of your emails. I feel like for the most part I've done pretty good unless one got lost in the shuffle. I want to do whatever I can to help each of you. So keep that in mind. I'll be working on your grades all next week. So I'll send you another message or two next week, and I'll probably tell you now. I think I've got all the grades in. If I miss something, which I probably will, if I miss something, you go back in and say, Mr. Skinner, I did get this done and I got this done, and we'll take care of it in there. So I hope that makes sense to you. I hope you hear my heart in that. I want all of you to benefit. But I've got to have final grades done. I've got to have grades submitted on Friday, May the 8th. And there's a process for me to submit those grades. So if you can really be working through the weekend and then again early next week, I'm going to come back into school because I can get more done in this office when nobody's around. And I'll come back into school and I'll work for a couple of days to try to get the grades updated. Now, with all that being said, today's Thursday. I'm embarrassed to say this, but I've pulled a trick like some of you all do. I have a major report that's due. Actually, it's due on May the 1st for work-based learning. It's a big data report. So I'm going to be working today and a good bit of the time tonight probably, and then tomorrow on gathering this data report. I actually thought it was due May the 15th, but I was wrong. It was due May the 1st. But anyway, they changed the due date of that, and it originally was due in April. So I'd started work on it, and then they pushed it back to May the 1st, but I just misread it and I thought it was May the 15th. I thought they pushed it back a whole month. So anyway, not that you care about my excuses, but I'm working on that now, and that's a big report that I have to have done and submitted by tomorrow. So if you want to send me emails today, I may be a little slower in getting back to you. I may email you back a thumbs up or something if you want to email me or send a message and remind. But don't fret. I will get to any missing assignment and get it corrected, even if you have to remind me once or twice. It's easier for you to remind me probably than me try to keep up with I've got about 50 of you all that I'm actually putting grades in, not counting all my work-based learning kids, which is a whole nother challenge. So with all that being said, as far as planning for things that are coming up, let me make you aware of this. Many of you all are seniors. Seniors, you've heard a lot about the different things that are going on. If you are a senior, you should have received an email or a form through email from Miss Ingwe. It may have come from Miss Lawler, but you need to complete that form. It was actually due on April the 24th, but it basically is talking about your senior future plans. Now in Schoology, you will see a picture of that. You should have that in your email. If for some reason you do not, if you do not have that, email me and say, Mr. Skinner, would you send me that form? And then I will forward it to you. Unfortunately, I don't have a link because I don't own it. I don't have a link that I can just share the link on Schoology. But I will forward it you. I can forward the file to you or forward the form to you through an email. So we can do that. So let me know and I'll help you with that. There's a lot of those that have not been turned in, and a lot of you all are seniors. Now, if you've got a Chromebook, some of you all checked out Chromebooks, they need to be returned beginning Monday. If you need to keep yours for a little bit longer, let me know if you went through me to check one out. And I can't remember how many in our class did. There's a few of you that did, I think. So if you did that, let me know if you need to keep it past Monday. But Monday, they want you to return them between 8 and 9, I think, in the morning, and then maybe, I think it's 4 and 5 in the afternoon. Maybe it's around that time. So if you got an issue, we'll be collecting them. But I want you to have what you need to get your work done, and I want you to be successful. Now, seniors, and thinking about what's coming up, the week of May the 18th, 19th, and 20th, I think Mr. Brooks has shared a little bit of that with you all already. That'll be days that we do pass out caps and gowns, senior letters, yearbooks. They're going to have different times for you to come to the school, and it's going to be ranged by alphabet. You'll be getting more details about that in the days ahead about how that's going to work. And graduation is now set for June the 1st. Mr. Brooks told us in a meeting yesterday that we're still not sure how graduation is going to look, but the date right now is June the 1st, possible rain day to June the 2nd, which means that the plan is at the moment for us to be able to hopefully do something outside. Now, again, how that's going to look, we don't know. And I don't think anybody knows. I think we still got to wait another couple weeks publicly and see what's going to take place. I know some restrictions are being lifted, but we still have a ways to go. With all that being said, that is at least a good signal that we're planning a graduation ceremony, and I'm excited about that for you all. Again, so many things I'd like to tell you. The teacher in me, and as far as the banking, investing, insurance class, economics, what have you, I hope you're paying attention to everything going on with the economy. These are historic times, and just take one day as it comes, one day at a time, and know that I'm thinking about you. Please know that I miss seeing all of you, and I hate finishing up this way. It's bittersweet for me because I'm retiring. And I didn't want to go out from Carrollton in this matter either. But I've enjoyed each of you. Now, I'll be sharing with you some next week. But if you'll take the time to go into Schoology, answer the update question saying that you watched this video, that would be good. And that'll be another little easy thing I can give you credit to do. All right, you all take care. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. I'm going to be really wrapped up the next couple of days, but over the weekend, I should be able to get to it eventually, and then next week I'll be back at it pretty hard, again, trying to get things wrapped up. Y'all take care, guys.